10 ways people try to manipulate you. Expert manipulators play mind games to create a power imbalance in your relationship. They want to shake up the dynamic between the two of you to take advantage and exploit you. It's hard to spot a manipulator if you don't know what to look for, but if you know the signs, you can weed out that manipulative person in your life and stop them before they do too much damage. Hey there, this is Top Wisdom, and as you've probably guessed already, we're here to talk about how manipulation happens and its early warning signs. If you haven't already, you can subscribe to our channel to get all the best videos. Done? Great, let's continue. You can be manipulated by a complete stranger, sure, but in most cases, manipulation happens between a close relationship, whether professional or personal. It's because it's easier to control someone when you know the ins and outs of that person, strengths and weaknesses. When you're close, you know where to hit where it truly hurts. So how can you know if you're being manipulated? 1. Identify your weaknesses and use them against you. Manipulative people are experts at figuring you out. They're great observers. They'll try to gain your confidence and learn about you and use that information against you when it benefits them. If you've shared that you feel a little nervous about an upcoming presentation, they'll fuel that insecurity until you lose even more confidence in yourself. They're very good at making you doubt yourself. They'll throw little negative comments every chance they get until you internalize it and believe it yourself. Of course, it won't be obvious to you that they're doing this because what kind of friend would want bad things for you, right? Manipulators are not really your friends though. They may look and act like it, but they're just pretending. They knock you down little by little to mask their own insecurities. Don't let them. 2. Gaslighting. Maybe you've heard this term on social media a lot lately, but do you really know what it means? Gaslighting is a form of psychological abuse that makes the victim of the abuse doubt their own sanity, memory, and judgment. Manipulators are especially skilled at this. They sow little seeds of doubt in your memory to make you confused about your own memories of the events. They will try to convince you that your memory of the event is wrong because it didn't happen. If done repeatedly, this can be very traumatic for the victim. Imagine doubting your own sanity and thinking you're losing it. They might even be able to convince you that you're seeing things or just imagining things. Watch out for phrases like, "It didn't happen that way," "You're making things up," "How can you think that way? I only care for you," "You're overreacting," and "You're making a big deal about this," or some other variations of these. 3. Overwhelm you with facts and statistics. Manipulators always want to make you feel small in all aspects. They will try to overwhelm you with facts and jargons to hold intellectual superiority over you. Of course, facts are important, but manipulators will weaponize facts against you. They will tout numbers and words that are unfamiliar to you to effectively sell you their agenda and make you think that way. This happens when you encounter salespeople, especially when it comes to cars, houses, technology, and even banking and finance. They want you to think that they know more than you, therefore you should trust their judgment and go along with what they want. 4. Raise their voice. Raising your voice during an argument is also a form of manipulation. Being aggressive and getting in your face is designed to intimidate you and back off from your manipulator. An explosive display of emotion like this can be scary and make you feel like you're in the wrong, since the other person is so upset, so you must have done something wrong. That's not the case. Manipulators use aggressive manipulative tactics like this when they feel cornered and defensive. 5. They refuse to be accountable. It's never their fault. This is a good sign and easy to spot indicator of a manipulative person. It's a mature thing to be responsible for your actions and their consequences. Manipulators, however, refuse to be held accountable for any kind of their actions. When you get hurt over something they said or did, they will tell you it's your fault for overreacting or having too high expectations. It's always your fault for some reason, even though you're always the one getting hurt or the short end of the stick. 6. They one you up. If something great happens in your life, they will find a way to make your achievements feel small. When you've aced a test, they'll tell you it's a good thing that they let you borrow that lecture or you would have failed. They'll try to make your achievements theirs and put the spotlight on them. They'll do anything to get the attention off of you. This even happens when bad things happen to you. When you talk about a heartbreak, then the manipulator butts in and says at least you didn't go to the ER because of a panic attack like them. Manipulative people will always find a way to be better at you about something, even bad things. 7. Critical of you. Criticism is fine. It's part of growing up and getting better. Your friends and colleagues will always offer constructive criticism to help you improve. Constant judgment and being too critical achieves the opposite. Instead of building you up, it pulls you down. This is the goal of the manipulator. Make you feel so small that you'll lose all your confidence. They will constantly poke and talk about things that make you feel a little insecure about, actually even the things that you're good at. If it's about your weight, they'll leave backhanded comments like how you're too skinny to pull off a look like that. You're too old to wear that. You're too smart for him or something. The thing is, no matter what you try, the manipulators will always find something wrong about you. 8. They use humor to humiliate you. Manipulative people will mask their hurtful comments about you often in jokes or in sarcastic remarks. Since they don't want to be accountable for their actions, they will do their best to leave a hurtful comment for you in the form of a joke. They'll get other people to laugh at your expense, and of course this achieves two of their goals, making you feel bad and make themselves feel superior to you. The catch is when you get hurt, they'll tell you to suck it up, buttercup, it's a joke, or you're overreacting. If you don't join in their joke, they'll say you can't take a joke and you're too sensitive. Don't feel pressured to go along with their sly comments, it's not good for you. 9. Guilt trip. People who are great manipulators are experts at this. They'll make you feel guilty and make it seem like it's your fault. This is more obvious during arguments with manipulative people. They do this to put all the burden on you and force you to apologize even when it's actually their fault. A friend will make you feel guilty for sharing a personal problem when she's dealing with something too. When you do the opposite and keep it to yourself, they'll make you feel guilty about that too. Your partner can also be manipulating you when they give out ultimatums. Do this or you don't love me. If you don't show up, I'm not that important to you. In a workplace, your superior can tell you that if you don't work on weekends, you're not really dedicated to your job in the company. They're very subtle sometimes, but when you observe them long enough, it's easier to tell when your guilt is being used to manipulate you. 10. Play the victim. We saved the best for last. Manipulators will always play the victim. They play with people's emotions to get what they want. The easiest way to gain people's sympathies is to play the victim. Poor me, woe is me always works. They will rope you in by acting helpless, because if you don't come to their rescue, then it's your fault and they will lock you in. They'll play with your conscience and your inherent human instinct to help. They will exploit this to get you to do things for them. Being manipulated is a difficult thing to deal with, especially if it happens to you over a long period of time. If you've been manipulated for a while, it'll be normal for you and you might think that there's nothing wrong with it until someone from the outside points it out to you. If you can't get out of a manipulative relationship, it might be time to seek professional help. If you found this video helpful, you will enjoy our other videos too. Click on the notification bell and feel free to check them out. See you next time!